Hello, this is Pavel, and this is today's operating brief. Before you watch another video about see how Anthropic engineers use our own tools, how run in almost indefinite loops, how they set up constraint, how they set up the long-running tasks, remember, nobody can run Anthropic tools the same as OpenAI tools, the same way as Anthropic engineers. Anthropic run revenue is about 25 billion last year, and the cost of using its own tool, including infrastructure, is 45 billion. Unless you can overrun your company's profit twice, unless you have infinite number of the amount of money flowing in, you have to read it differently. We in a position to use Anthropic tools better than Anthropic, which is impossible, more efficient so that we can squeeze out the more benefits for our businesses because we don't have unlimited amount of money going in that encourage the mentality that run AI as long as possible and get the best results out of long-running tasks. Every time I have a conversation or I hear a new prediction about AGI coming in 2 years or in 3 years or super intelligent, and people challenge me how it cannot be true when so many smart people predicting this. It is worth to take into account that we are humans are so bad in predicting future. The track record, the history shows how bad we are. I always use an example of any sci-fi movies or books where you can go back and read how people thought the future was going to be. And you will hit me back and said, oh, this person predicted and that person predicted. Yeah, it's true. Some did. But on a general scale, we are bad. The only reason why people are popping up to the level of prophecy with the lifetime badge of honor, like this person predicted twice economic crisis, and they can run it for life now with this twice successful prediction, is because on average, we are way below 50% in our ability to predict the future. And our adaptation to the reality is much faster than we think it is. We like to look back into millions of years of history and humanity, and I'm not strong on history. Let's say 1 million years of history, and we say that humans are designed and they're slow adopting. It's not true. So there are a lot of evidence that we are adopting almost instantly in 1 or 2 generations to the changed environment. So we absorb, we accept the reality as it is, as a new norm. So at this moment, I can see that everything that we're predicting with AI 4 years ago happened, but we're not claiming that achieved any AI level of intelligence with the machine, and it's again 3 years ahead of us. One example is, without going too far into movies, it is just a year ago, you can find dozens of quotes from smart people who are praising token maxing. They using AI tokens as much as possible. The CEO that says, unless engineers spend $25,000 a month on AI tokens, that makes me extremely concerned, probably regrets about saying this in public now. Or they probably will rephrase it in a different way. Just whatever we thought it is absolutely new norm just a year ago, now become more of the source of the jokes and memes. It's always looking back, so it's not clear looking forward. We think that if someone said that in 3 years we're going to be achieving ultimate intelligence of machine, always remember, we bet in predicting future. And it is going to the interesting point that is becoming my personal concern as the someone responsible for technology in the mid-sized company is AI usage. The convenience of AI get to the point that it has become the default tool for many users. And if we're going into every user using AI, our next concern is how to prevent them from using AI, which is going into the purpose usage, from applying it to where the regular software or the regular solutions exist. Are you going to be going around and telling people do not use AI for translation of the documents? Converting the formats, all of this in a small scale, it just makes sense. But when you go in a large scale, all of a sudden, so that becomes a running cost that we have no control. And going to the immense value that AI provide. This is the interview I heard today. I think important point that people are missing. As soon as the human effort behind any delivery is dropped, the human stop considering this a value. It is a little bit of high-level philosophical topic, but you can look at back in the history, whatever we thought it has a value, and as soon as we replace it with machine, so essentially removing human effort behind, stopped being a value. Take the AI presentations, how mind-blowing that technology looked a year ago, maybe, I don't know, 2 years ago. And all of a sudden, so the only way you can use AI if you can make it look not made by AI. People refer to AI slop, but that's not it. It is much better than average presentation people do. 95% cannot make it to the same level as what they call AI slop, but yet, as soon as you have a stump that is done by AI, it means there was no effort included, so therefore, people stop considering to be value. And if it is true that this applies to how we need to deliver our services, if we keep the delivery in the human form and absorb and use internally tools that streamline or improve the way of creating these products or results, so we will probably keep the value. If we will remove human from the equation and let machine talk to the customer, customers will stop considering this a value. I think it's an important positioning in the time when everyone is betting into using machine to replace human. That's good for today. Let's go with our weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.